Previously on Survivor Foggy Bog, the tribes swapped and Noah single-handedly won the challenge for the Orange Tribe. Alexis didn't trust the boys on her team, and Kaylin missed the old Maji tribe. The Orange Tribe guys agreed that they didn't trust Nick and Alexis. In a new twist, Nick joined the other tribe for their tribal council, and used the socializing time to solidify an alliance with Tim. Victoria was blindsided for having an idol, but the cast doesn't know that Noah has the idol.
I want you, Nick, and Noah.
That's okay.
Those three, we are strong.
Okay, Alexis is a strong player too. I don't think it's necessary that we pull her in, but we keep her on the good side because she's strong.
I would like to have Savannah too. I think Savannah's a good player. And don't you and Nick have an alliance with her?
We already, yeah. Me, okay, and I'll be honest to you. Me, Nick, Savannah, and Alexis are close. Like we're not like none of us. I can assure you that none of us are gonna turn on each other.
And the only person that I feel that way with is Noah. Like, and especially because he's on the other tribe now.
Noah would.
Like
Noah
I
would
really
real quick. I feel like Noah would. No, I wouldn't say Noah would turn on us, but I feel like given the opportunity he would. You know, like he's a great asset, but I feel like at the end of the day, if he has a better opportunity with someone else, he would put us under the bush.
I want to be able to talk to him and see where he's leaning,
see where he stands,
because he'll be honest with me. And I'm not gonna show my hand right away. Trust me.
Of course not. That if you have me and Nick and all
the thing is, it was me and Walter from the same team, and then Nick came over, and I think it's just a smart move to try and like get an alliance with someone from the other tribe that was coming over.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try to tell Noah that like nothing's really changed except I tried to see where.
And the thing is, if you say my name, he already wanted me. That's why whenever we were picking teams, he pointed at me.
Exactly.
So if you tell him that it's with me too, well,
hey y'all, what's up, bro?
What's up?
Going
Not
on?
much. We're just talking.
So
We're just talking.
Yeah.
Does that sounds good? Sounds good.
For sure. I want to talk to Walter too.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
What are
So.
you talking about?
Okay, so I tried really hard to gauge where Nick is at, and I tried really hard to get on his good side just because he's from the other tribe. I feel like there'd be a really good opportunity to just have things, I don't know, to have my interests like on the other side of the team, especially since Noah's over there too. And so right now, like I want.
You want Josh and Nick?
I want Nick and Noah, and then Seth. Like, I want them on my side. Has there anyone been...
Savannah's really trustworthy.
Yeah, her too.
Maddie really likes me. And Maddie and Zab have been going back and forth. And I just like being on Mary's good side because she's freaking smart.
My trip to Victoria was voted off. From what I can gather, for the most part, because of grabbing the idol, there was people on like the other teams that didn't quite like that. And because there was an idol there, so what we did basically is convinced Victoria we were voting for Avery. That way, the rest of us could vote for Victoria. That way, she wouldn't play the idol and save herself. But as far as like their team, I feel like they're kind of in scramble mode, and like they're kind of frantic to win a challenge. That way they don't have to go back to tribal council, which is understandable. I mean, the way we performed in the last challenge, I don't think we shouldn't have a lot to worry about.
And that's the whole thing, is that as of right now, our team is balanced enough. I mean, we're leaning slightly more towards physical, but
I feel like we could balance it out easily.
We can definitely balance it out. It's just that we have enough well-rounded people. Yeah, we're going to have to kill that physical part of the next one then.
Yeah, so just get us really far ahead.
Yeah. And then as far as like their tribe, as like who their like leaders are, the only person that I see as like maybe not necessarily a powerhouse, but like somebody who has, you know, a little bit of power. I think Tim might be one of those people. But I think he's up front.
So we can work together. I have Alexis and Savannah and Seth on the other team.
Which one's Seth?
Seth is the one we talked to before. I'm trying to remember.
Well, I have Grace. Sure.
Okay.
My tribe. So
okay.
I just need one more and then I'll be 5.
So.
But the only problem is the other 4.
Oh, so I'm talking. Oh yeah, for now. Yes. And I think that they're more focused challenge based. I think we should keep our eyes on the strategic side and try not to let them outsmart us.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they seem like it's like if something goes down and we have to go to tribal council, I'm just wanting to make sure it's like us two. Do you have anybody else? Grace? Okay.
She's from my tribe.
Okay.
We want Grace. We
want
Walter.
We want
Walter and then one more tribe.
Grace is on ours, so that's 4.
Right now it's 4 and 4.
Okay.
We'll just have to swing.
So let's just get out afterwards.
Right.
It's just.
This challenge is called Bomb Dodgeball. Okay, here's how it's going to work. 5 of you at a time will be competing. It'll be 3 rounds, best 2 out of 3. Okay? Whoever doesn't compete in round 1 must compete in round 2. Okay? Each team starts off with 2 dodgeballs. You start off behind your respective hula hoops. When I say go, you'll run and try to grab the bomb, that's the little bag right there, in the middle. Okay? And your job is to get the bomb into the other team's hula hoop. Okay? If you get hit by a dodgeball, you're out. If you throw a dodgeball and someone catches it, you're out. Any questions? I think it's pretty straightforward. 3, 2, 1, go.
Keep moving forward, keep moving.
Walter.
Go ahead, Walter. Don't talk to me while I'm playing a game.
Walter, come get it!
Grace,
back up. Hold on to Grace.
Walter doesn't have a bomb, but he's
Throw his leg.
a lot of fake outs.
Got it.
Team is out. Reese is out. Wow, conflict.
How did Walter end up being
I think we should up front with the ball.
What is happening? What's happening?
Green team is bombed. Wait for orange, switch sides, send in the people running.
Or at least I was.
Begin.
Oh man.
Is someone hurt? No.
Walter just fell into plank position.
You knocked me down like you
Yeah.
You have all 4 balls. I'm sorry.
Is she in? Oh, we don't have any balls. What are you doing?
Go get the
Go. Defend her. Get her.
Get the girl with that.
Oh, hey, it's
What's happening? Oh my god.
She's out.
How dare you?
We win.
Get together and decide who you're going to send to the other tribe. All right.
If anybody wants to go say it, anybody really wants to.
It might not be a bad idea for you to go again.
Yeah? Well, unless you don't want to.
Exactly.
I would rather be able to, you know.
I'll go.
Okay, that's fine.
Easy.
That's good. Perfect. All right, Taylor, we chose.
Okay, we just go in.
I feel like this is just a hard challenge to judge on because there wasn't much to do or like prove yourself with.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
doesn't play to our strengths.
This was a situation where they were just bigger than us, and
And more
like it was no
aggressive.
one's fault there.
Yeah.
So
You're just chilling.
do y'all want to break off, or do y'all want to like just talk right here and just be
I
like
mean,
keep it down to?
I feel like nobody's gonna talk until we break off.
Yeah.
I was gonna launch one idea, and I mean, this is just, I mean, completely just an idea. I was gonna say, if y'all want, I mean, we could just each, somebody mentioned making a case. We could each just make our case, define, let's say, all right, what are we trying to kick someone off of? We each give our case, and then we just kind of leave it be, and then we let the votes decide, or, you know, again, break off like we've been doing.
And
But it was just an idea, just...
Yeah, I mean...
And what we need going forward, too. Like, I don't want every challenge.
Yeah,
against them
that's kind of what I
just
meant by
be
saying, like, what do we want to kick someone off for? Kind of define that. Decide.
Start.
You want to do that?
Walter's like,
I'll go ahead. So, one of my strengths, I can communicate pretty well. I'm a pretty good communicator. And things with steady hands, kind of specific skill, and then I can kind of do the athletic stuff, you know, a little bit. So that's my case, but communication for sure.
Okay, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the bulk of the challenges, just in Survivor in general, are athletic-based challenges. And I mean, I don't mean to like say like, "Yo, I play sports, guys. I'm good at this kind of stuff." But I mean, obviously, we saw against a team like that, like we need as many hands as we can that like can put up a fight.
Yeah, that have, you know.
Yeah.
And so I say like as far as next round, what we need at least like. We need to give them like adversity because they're just that was way too easy for them. And I feel like with me off of the team, it would be that much harder just because like I am one of the only ones that have played sports, I'm assuming, or at least like ball sports at least, I don't know.
Yeah, the track.
So I don't know.
I mean, I have a pretty similar case to you.
Yeah.
I played soccer in high school, so I have that athletic ability, and I'm pretty. I like to say I'm good at puzzles, not as good as Meredith, but I was sitting there like, yes, I could have done it if I was in her shoes, not the tower though.
Oh yeah, the pyramid stacking.
That messed me up. But y'all, like, I think I'm good with puzzles. I think I also have that athletic ability, which is a good combination of both to have moving forward.
Yeah. For me, I did do sports, and I was a cheerleader, and I have really good balance. So if there's anything with your hands or even feet that you have to balance or really focus on, I'm really good at that. I'm also good at like mental things. So things that, like I'm good with like visually looking at something and putting it together. And that kind of comes in handy with challenges where like something's sitting there and you can't get to it yet. So I would be like looking at it, trying to figure it out. I'm really good at that, and also I'm really good at communicating in the challenges. So like if something's going wrong, like I'm not afraid to be like, hey guys, like someone come help, or like someone like I need like help, or if someone's like not, like I can tell they're struggling, I'm willing to like do whatever it takes to jump on a section that maybe I wasn't assigned.
Oh man, you guys all have really good things going for you. I think that like one of my strong suits is probably like yeah, I'm better at like the mental stuff than like the physical stuff. I think definitely like throughout challenges, I'm good at kind of what you said about how like I can like figure out what our problem is and like immediately know how we can be changing that and like helping that. But oh my guys, this is so hard. I don't even know. I feel like I'm fighting my life right now. But the mental stuff, I can do the mental stuff. I'm not that strong.
Y'all know I'm a puzzle solver.
I'm
You're
good
safe.
at puzzles.
I am. And I see them setting up bricks, so it looks like it might be more of a puzzle for the next time or some future challenge.
I think that's Redemption Island.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Who knows what's next, but I feel like they gotta do another puzzle eventually.
Yeah.
And like, I did do sports in my youth. I was a dancer all throughout high school, so I've got more like agility than like brute strength. I feel old, okay. I can be agile and like mental stuff, and I am good at communication. I'm good at stepping up into a leadership position when I need to, but also like negotiating, like open dialogue and communication and facilitating that, and like building teamwork and trust with each other, which I think is like really important for us to have. So yeah, mental stuff and like some agility and strategizing.
So hey y'all, obviously, okay, so I'm not like that, like, thing y'all did with the like red, white, blue stack and black thing. Like, that kind of thing I feel like is the only thing that I'm not like I'm not good at. But like memory games, y'all know because of speech, I'm good at really just memorizing things quick, remembering them and thinking on my feet. But also like physical wise, because I would love to think like, oh my god, they're just gonna give us like puzzles from now on because we've gotten the shorthand these past 2 rounds. And I think I'm not someone, besides like running obviously, it's not like I'm not one of those people that's just like amazing at one thing, but I think it's better to be good at a bunch of things than just only really phenomenal. I'm really good at running, but you know, I also played baseball, I also played tennis, so I'm like really good with like aiming and like all that stuff. So I think physical, and also I mean, like, I don't know how much of a strength y'all see this as, but I'm really good with like communicating and networking and stuff. And so people on the orange team seem to like me and stuff just because some of them were in my tribe. And they're like, hey, what are y'all up to? I'm like, no. But, and they're like letting me know, like, what's the haps over there.
Okay, I'm gonna say something really quick.
Yeah.
So my team is really interesting. I came from a team very similar to this, very communication oriented and stuff. And regardless of how physical that the challenges are, like we can win those, but like when it comes to those puzzle games, there's only about 2 or 3 of us that actually know how to do that. So play to your strengths. Your weakest link in that is the person I would suggest to like. That's all I got. Yeah. So.
Do y'all still want to go break off and talk?
Yeah, I think
we can try that now. Now that we have an idea.
Yeah, just because we don't want like everyone to have one, and then it's like that was
like right now.
Yeah,
we're gonna know what
we're
I can imagine it's probably
it's really tough
when
because like I came from a team very similar to this, so it's like the first words out of my mouth was like, "Oh, I don't trust you." And I'm like, "Okay, it's game." I mean, I'm working with them. I'm not trying to sabotage them in any way.
The tribes are gonna get busted up, and we're all gonna. So your job right now is you just need to make sure you survive in that tribe.
Exactly.
And you're lucky that you're like over here in immune because they wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, now you're definitely of value.
Exactly.
Now you have a perspective.
Recon.
Yeah, and also you made it through this round, and you got so like you'll probably make it to when they bust up and everyone's on their own, and you're like you got us. So.
What tribe were you to start off with?
Green.
Okay.
So I was with Savannah and Nick. And Seth.
How is that dynamic working, like with Nick over there?
So me and Nick are actually still kind of like together.
That's
we're
good.
still trying to, you know, like we're not looking at this game as like, oh, well, we have to win. It's like, okay, we're having fun, but we're also like strategizing. We're not going on brute strength because like I'm athletic and I can do like the mental stuff. So like I have a pretty high advantage with that. But like they're just focused on like how are we gonna beat this other group. They don't have any skills in athletics. So like.
It's gonna come back.
I feel like I made myself sound stupid on the mental crap, but it was just that one puzzle. I was like, okay, I can't.
I don't want to make myself sound like weak, but I do try to like downplay that at first, so I don't seem like a threat.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I don't want to be like the scary, well-rounded person. Because like puzzle stuff, I can do. Like I know that. That's what my brain is built for.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but I don't know. I hate to say it, but I think Avery.
I was gonna
I feel like she doesn't have like. I know.
Y'all,
she
didn't even like know. She was like, wow, y'all all have like a lot of really good stuff.
Yeah, she kind of acknowledged
weakest link
because everybody kind of has like their
shtick.
Their big strength.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like we all have like our thing that we can stand behind and say like this is what I do best, and she like kind of didn't know it.
And it's like it's not even to use the word weak like as a negative connotation, but it's like.
It's like someone
to put it for lack of a better phrase.
The weakest link is not necessarily the person holding us back, because that's no one's. I don't think is actually holding.
We need to get rid of someone, and that someone needs to be the person that won't that is not in a sense inhibiting us, but is not contributing. We need people that are going to contribute to this.
Or at least willing to contribute, like Walter was saying, like how I was saying, like a lot of us are willing to go in a spot where maybe we're not best.
Exactly.
We're willing to put in 100%.
There's a lot of talk of versatility, and that's something that we can build
that's
off
what a lot
too.
of our strong suit is that like we all kind of have that.
Exactly.
And I think that the girl from like the other team made like kind of the best point with that is that what their team has is a lot of. I want to say like almost hot-headed people that are like, oh, I'm in charge and this is what we're doing, where they don't have a lot of
like next round, we win the next challenge because it's our time.
It's about to happen. Go ahead.
That's gonna be a shit show.
Yeah.
whoever we send is about to see a shit show go
all
down.
they need to do is they just need to lose once, and all hell's gonna break loose because then
Because
they're gonna
they
realize
trust.
that they
They don't
have
know.
to start making
They don't know. They have to make hard decisions.
No trust.
We're getting closer and closer
Exactly.
as we build down. Rather than we lose
They're gonna
someone
have a lot
and like there's a lot of turn backs, we're just getting
Yeah.
closer. We're just getting
Because
closer.
all the leaders in that group are gonna think that they get to say who wants to go home. It's not gonna work.
Alexis provided some really good recon of the orange team there. They are like way too like strong-headed.
She said it like she probably was talking to me about what we were saying. The second they lose one
Like
game,
we said,
they're
they
gonna
just need to
explode.
lose once, and when they go to tribal, they're gonna
Because their tribal's gonna be awful.
And especially like if they maintain that core group that I think they're invincible. After the merger, they're going to be outnumbered too.
Oh, for sure.
Like I don't know. I think
They would be
they're digging themselves a hole. Just it's an illusion.
It's like it reminds me of the Hunger Games with District 1 and 2. You know, like it's honestly like that's the kind of the.
on board.
Yes,
then I'm definitely on board.
All right, so we have a majority on the board.
All right,
Good.
sweet. All right.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I didn't want to just intrude on the
So,
conversation.
Are you in kind of consensus with Avery?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what me and Martha just talked about,
Yeah.
and like I didn't want to
Nobody
say
wanted
it.
to. I mean,
I
of course
know,
not. Of course
same,
not.
I could totally-
But it just comes down to the
Even when she was
specifics.
trying to save herself,
Like
while
it's
giving
like-
cases.
Yeah, she thinks we're all just gonna vote like whoever we
We just need to keep that at. We need to keep it at that. We need to keep it
I
at that.
feel like the reason, hold on, I feel like the reason behind it would be like, we all made our cases, and her case was kind of just like,
It's
I
less
don't know, I
balanced.
feel like I'm fighting
Ours-
for my life here, and I'm like,
We all had bad. We all had.
but we had it. Be careful. We don't want
We
you
had,
out next.
look, this is what we do. Yeah, break my
But
other
I feel
foot.
like she had no strengths to give,
Yeah.
no
Yeah, she was
specifics.
like-
She was kind of like,
she was
yeah, like
looking for
you
things. She's like,
said, I could
maybe
like
I
when
could
she
do this
said, like
rather
when
than-
she was like, yeah, same as you. I'm like, you still have to make your case. Don't say like, oh, same as you. Like,
You can't
what
be
are you
lost.
good at?
Yeah.
Name why you're good at it. We all gave things like balance, cheerleading, sports. Like we all gave
Exactly.
reasons.
Yeah. Okay. I had it in my mind and I felt really bad about it, but I was like,
Yeah, but we couldn't say that. So
The
But
other team's gonna fall apart if the next
have to win.
the next shot.
But we're gonna
When they go to tribal, all hell's breaking
I'm
loose.
telling you,
I don't
the
know
next-
whoever we're
I'm telling
sending
y'all,
is gonna get
the
so
next-
much
Oh, you know
shit.
what's gonna happen is they're gonna do the exact same thing, but like just to an extreme. They're not used to losing, so they're just gonna cut off the weakest link and try to think they can maintain that like
Exactly.
stronghold dynamic.
Exactly.
And then it's
Rather
gonna
than
get to
trying
where
to hear
they're
other
all
people, they're probably really
think that
close-minded.
Oh, that I didn't even see. This was the lemon tree Lucy was
We're gonna
talking about.
survive, y'all. We're gonna survive. We found lemon.
Okay, so we're all safe though, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good.
Sounds
Perfect.
we're all
like
set.
that we're working together super
Exactly.
well. Okay, it's not
Exactly. And it's
I
like
feel
and it's, there's
comfortable
no
with y'all. I
drama.
trust y'all.
Avery,
I
Avery
really
doesn't
do.
feel
I
persecuted.
really like y'all.
I always,
Yeah,
like
we're
after
solid.
everything happens, I feel like I always need to come to y'all and make sure.
Yeah,
you know?
Especially within this group.
I say you're really good at communicating, and you've got a great mind. Like you put into words. I was like, I just need to talk to Seth because he like knows what he's talking about.
Dude, oh, thank you so much. It makes me
Yeah,
feel
but
good.
I definitely feel
know.
comfortable
Stop
with you.
that. I've always wanted to be on Big Brother like my entire life. I've never watched Survivor, but dude, my entire childhood
Oh,
watched
yeah.
Big Brother, and I'm like, I'm trying to do that one of them.
Yeah,
I'm
but I
trying to go in
definitely
there.
feel comfortable with y'all moving forward.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
kind of- not to stray off too much, but
Yeah.
we're solid.
Alright, Green Tribe and Alexis, welcome to your second Tribal Council as a group. First, let's get to the challenge. Who did I not? I didn't ask Maddie a question last time, right? Alright, hey Maddie, how's it going?
Hey.
So what do you think went wrong in that challenge?
That team is stacked physically, and they're just like a bunch of big guys that just are quick, they're athletic, and
Bro
they.
dudes.
Oh, what?
I said bro dudes.
Bro dudes, and they just. That was their challenge. The past two challenges have been pretty physical, so they're playing to their strengths.
So Walter, when it comes to this vote, are you trying to get the team to the level of the quote-unquote stacked orange team, or is there something else going on?
No, because I mean, we can't vote based on that challenge because it's over. Like we're not gonna have that again. I think it's just basic. We all made our cases on what we think our strengths are, and I think it's all just a personal decision of who we think works best, the dynamic of the team, and the one person that we feel like doesn't.
Tim, not one member of the original black team has been voted out yet. Pretty soon they'll have the majority of the entire remaining cast. Is that an issue for you? Or
No.
Never even
No,
came
because I mean, at this point, I've gone to, this is my fourth tribal council in a row, and to be quite honest, I don't mind that because it's getting me warmed up to having to deliberate these kinds of things. And they haven't had that luxury. They don't know what it's like to be put up against the people that you're trying to work with. So once they have to, once they actually do lose a challenge, whether that's when we're still separated or after the merger, they're going to crumble because that they think they have a stronghold, but they can't coexist like that the whole game. And I think that reality is going to be brought down on them pretty quickly.
And I'm not done here because I'm scared. So, let's see what do I have here.
Thank you.
I hope there are more puzzles. Yeah, our team doesn't have a physical advantage, and so we're getting picked off one by one, and it just leaves us with a worse and worse team going forward. And so I'm just hoping to make it to the merge, where I become more of a threat once I'm on my own, because of puzzles and stuff, but just one round at a time at this point.
My team is full of guys who are kind of just super athletic meatheads, essentially, and it's kind of hard to like communicate with them, so they kind of figured that out, and they're kind of using that to their strength, which is going to be really interesting to watch in the next challenge.
I know she just grabbed the idol we talked about earlier, and I asked her if she planned to use it, but I don't think she will, and she'll try to give it to either me or Meredith, one of the original members of the Black Team, so hopefully everything works out in my favor.
Before I read the votes, if anyone has a hidden immunity idol that you want to play, now is the time to do so. Alright, I'll read the votes. First vote, Avery. That's one vote, Avery. Next vote, Avery. That's two votes, Avery. Next vote. Next vote. Tim. That's one vote, Tim. Two votes, Avery. Next vote. Avery. That's three votes, Avery. One vote, Tim. Next vote. Avery. That's four votes, Avery. One vote, Tim. Next vote. The person voted out of Survivor, Foggy Bog, is Avery. I'm sorry, Avery, you have been voted out. Come with me. Alright, Avery. I'm sorry, but the tribe has spoken. Thank you for playing.